this is Jake with Rising Eagle Diesel. Today I actually have Rachel with me. I call her Ranch, and she will be talking about her adventure going into the welding industry, and as well the tools that she's actually just gotten today to begin her schooling. So I'm going to turn it over to Rachel, and she is gonna show y'all exactly what she's got. Really cool setup she's got. I really like it. I'm not the welder, she's becoming the welder, so she's gonna have more knowledge of it than I am, but I did want to show a whole different perspective on Rising Eagle, which is welding. It goes hand in hand with diesel because that's modification to your trucks or anything that you need to weld onto your truck. Well, you gotta have a welder, and I'm not knowledgeable, but Rachel is becoming more knowledgeable. So here we go.
Alright, well, I guess I'll start with I am leaving the dog industry after about 7 years. What made me choose welding? I grew up tinkering in the garage with my dad. I worked at a tree company with him for a bit, being in the shop watching brush trailers get fabricated from just miscellaneous things, buying flatbed trailers and cargo containers and making them into something that can haul just a bunch of brush. That's about it. As Jake mentioned, I am brand new to this. Yeah, it's scary, it's terrifying, but it's also exciting. So I guess let's just kind of dive right on into, I guess, the goodies that I got today. My professor kept calling it Christmas morning. So the basics for a welder is that you got to start off with a helmet and face shield. So we got handed a very basic Lincoln Electric mask. On the inside there are little knobs. I don't know, he said that that's how you change things. I don't know what exactly we're changing. I know that it has to do with if you're doing MIG, TIG, or stick welding. So that's pretty much all my knowledge. Right now we're mainly just working on math, so I don't know much of the lingo, if you will. This bag was also part of our little Christmas, if you will. This is just a very basic face shield, I guess holder, if you will.
Let's take a look inside the bag. How's that bag? So what is it? The bag, is it hard, soft? What's going on?
So the sides are a little bit softer, and then the backings have essentially a harder version of cardboard in order to support the bag and help hold its shape, as well as the bottom has a hard plastic that shapes the bottom of it as well. And the front does have a little spot for you to put your face mask themselves. Now this looks blue because supposedly you peel back this and then it's clear. We were told not to take the blue off until we have to use them for the first time, so leaving it there. And as well, we were also given tinted face shields as well. So those fit nicely right in that front compartment there. What else do we have? We were given a large file. This is the largest file I have ever seen in my life. Not entirely certain what we have to file, honestly. This was by far Jake's favorite out of what I received today. It is a DEWALT angle grinder. The handle is somewhere in this bag. It does not come with any blades. It is just the grinder in and of itself. What else? Oh, the grinder also came with an Allen wrench, so that whenever you do get your blades, you can easily put them on, take them off, all that good stuff. We were given marking pencils as well, although we were told that in class, when we are in the booths, we will be using soapstone in order to mark our metals because supposedly it shows up better. Again, I won't know until we actually get in there and do it. This is the Slag hammer. That much I at least know. It's after you do your weld, there's essentially like a layer that needs to peel off to reveal your actual weld underneath it. Our professor did point out that there is this rubber boot on this sharp tip, and that he did have a student that used the hammer for a month with the rubber tip on and did not understand why his slag did not come off as nice as anybody else's. So, word of the wise, take your boot off. We have, this is what I like to call the beefy clamp, because growing up, that's what we referred to it as. I'm assuming that it's to just help hold things in place when you're welding, because generally that's what clamps do. We have some MIG pliers. In the center here there is also a wire cutter that is with them. Not entirely certain what the pliers themselves are for, but I have used wire cutters before. We have, these were the baby clamps, otherwise the needle nose clamp. Again, not quite sure what I'm going to be using it for. We were given 2 brushes as well. This one, I was told, is specifically stainless steel, though I was not told why it is specifically stainless steel. This, I believe, is for just clearing off your welds in general. So I'm thinking that this is maybe like if you need to get like a little bit more detailed with scraping stuff off of your welds. This was by far the most exciting thing for 90% of the the class to get today. So essentially, you have to, I guess, squeeze this somehow, and it's supposed to spark. Yeah, it sparks. This is to help light your torches. All of the gentlemen in my class were just sitting there lighting their sparks the rest of the class period. Let's see. This is an adjustable wrench. I mean, it's used pretty often for your acetylene cylinders or your oxygen cylinders with getting the attachments properly tightened and all that good stuff. And this is the handle for my grinder. I don't keep it on because it fits better in the bag with it off and tucked away in a separate little cubby. These are what we call, I guess, are called TIG fingers. So I'm assuming that it somehow has to do with TIG welding, probably. Safety glasses, because anybody ever working in any kind of environment where there's not only welding but grinding or any sort of construction work, if you will, needs to be wearing eye protection. And we also got a, what is this called? This is a combination square. That's what it is. So this little brass piece here, you turn it and the ruler part can slide to wherever you need it to be. There is also a bubble level here. Not entirely certain of what it will be used for. But then also on the very end here, you do have this little needle pokey thing. I don't know what it's used for, but we're going to find out. Yeah, I think this will be last but not least, just about. I did get a tape measure. Nothing super fancy by any means. Kind of dinky in my opinion, but not bad for, you know, a starter. And we were also given this cute little flashlight. Mine is not open because I did not have a knife or scissors or anything on me in class in order to get it out of the packaging. However, a couple of the guys in class did open it up, put the batteries in, and turned them on, and they do seem like they work decently well for being just a little flashlight. And we got a protractor as well. Again, not quite sure how a protractor is going to come into play, but I'm going to find out. The Lincoln electric welding helmet that I got as well did come with batteries and a couple extra shields. So I guess I'm going to be learning when the shield should be replaced. I don't know if it's like a certain amount of time, certain number of uses, or if you just wait until it's cracked or broken or whatever it may be. Also, I'm assuming that the batteries are for the little dials that I have no idea what they do. And I think that is it. Yes, we did get, so these go into your fittings, your little hoses. If like the air's not coming out nice, you just kind of put this in, kind of twist it around a little bit, and supposedly it clears up anything. There are multiple different sizes, so you just kind of keep poking it until you find the right size, I guess. And yeah, that's about it. This bag in and of itself does come with a free lunchbox as well. It's just a little like collapsible fabric lunchbox. Nothing super fancy or anything like that. And I believe it came with a warranty, as well as the helmet came with a warranty as well. So we had to get those filled out so that the school that I'm going to can keep it in their files. But yeah, so now I just have the joy of fitting all of this neatly back into that small bag.
Alright guys, so Rachel just displayed her entire setup. Let's get a better shot of everything that she got. Pretty neat setup. Oh, bad camera lens. There we go. So gonna use this camera thing, guys. But so this is a whole bunch of awesome tools that she got provided for by the school that she went to. Definitely like the angle grinder. I don't even know where I got this angle grinder at. I got my Milwaukee cordless, but I have an old angle grinder I got when I was like 16. So awesome on the tools. Rachel, anything that you want to point out, like you're super excited to be using?
I don't know. I mean, like, I guess that I'm just overall excited to use any of it and figure out what they're actually intended for.
Awesome. Sweet. Alright.
Yeah, that's hot. Don't lick that.
Alright, so, Rachel just showed the tools. She did a pretty awesome job. She did it in one take only. My first video that I recorded probably took me 27 takes, so she's much more natural than I am at it. So, just keep following us. Rachel, as you can tell, she's extremely new to welding, which is awesome that she's even able to go to school for that. And it's awesome that she is actually a female. That sounded weird. But she's a female going into this crazy trade of welding, and she's not afraid to do it. And I think that's the biggest takeaway right there, guys, is that follow her on the channel, and she will be doing more videos talking more and more about welding. And of course, she's probably actually going to know what these needle nose actually do, right? And she might be able to tell you how to put them on application. So stay around for the channel. She's going to be back and forth. She'll be in my videos as well, and I'll be in hers. So if you want to see anything more, got comments, got suggestions of more tools that she could get, I mean, that's awesome. Or anything else about welding that you want to talk to her, she will be replying back on comments, and I will be as well. So guys, stay tuned. More will be coming. We have a skit in the making right now, and it's something that's very relatable to trucks. So alright guys, have a good night, and bye bye.